rest. She climbs into the beach. She likes to pull my hair when I make her grind her teeth. I like to strip her down. She's naughty to the end. You know what she is. No doubt about it. She's a bad, bad girlfriend. She's a bad, bad girlfriend. She's a bad, bad girlfriend.
Looks like Mazda and Cat's gonna miss this chance for a test drive.
Like the router, ¿verdad? Ford Cobra. Hay esos carros sí.
¿Verdad?
No, suelta era.
No, las dos. ¿Será que tengo de pinta?
No sé, está suelta. ¿En esa toa?
Yeah, this one was this.
Nada, no, dice que solo.
That one was this. Doing its way the fuck off. The tune is off.
Well, I had too much pressure. Eric told me that when he switched it over to the 85, that they never tuned it. They just added a bunch of fuel to it. So as it is, I have it all the way at the very minimum.
What is it running on? The 85 or gas?
Right now. Tampoco tengo filtro de aire. I don't have an air filter on the turbo, so I don't want to then, run check swallowing something. Which happened to me once before. No, 120 maybe. No?
97 aquí en el radiador. El motor no lo no se calienta.
I said about 120.
Pretty cold then, huh?
Almost there. Gotta check
Everything. Hay que ir ajustando todo, chequear todo lo que se puede por ahí.
gotta check the map.
Eso lo conmigo así.
kilograms.
22 pounds?
1,100 kilograms.
22 pounds.
Yeah.
No, actually that's 2,300 pounds. That's what I'm saying? Where do you get that number from?
There's some research online.
Yeah, but that's with all the exhaust on it, and the catalytic converter, and
Everything.
all the stuff that it's supposed to come with. I'm sure there's like 400 pounds worth of weight
Oh,
on the
yeah.
car right now.
For sure.
Hey, where do you get that sound deadening shit? That stuff that you glue on?
Online.
Because this guy, I just went over by the skid. He said he's got the piece came in for the roof, but he doesn't have a run kit for it. So definitely got to check them out.
Yeah.
Brake light.
Everything. Reverse lights, everything came on. That just sounds so cool. Oh well. It's going a long way. So
Yeah,
what?
dude, I can get this subframe for
$1,400 you said, right? That's a $600 savings over flying Miata.
we gotta move this pipe up. Change all the fluids on it. Tenemos que bajarlo. We gotta drop the bolts for the motor mounts and put silicone on. There's a little bit of oil right there, both here and here on both sides.
Is that the RX-7 transmission?
Yep.
So it's the entire drivetrain.
Entire drivetrain is third gen.
This came out of what, a 93, a third gen? But you could put a Turbo 2 drivetrain too, right? If you wanted.
Well, what makes it easy, although with the Turbo 2 you could do the same thing because we could put the mounts here and here instead of that here. So yeah, you could definitely do like the Turbo 2 block. With this subframe you can basically do whatever. Actually, the easiest thing to do would be to use the Turbo 2 rear differential.
Right.
Because it bolts directly onto the two places where the Miata bolts onto. And then you got to make a subframe for the front to mount, to have the correct pinion angle, and also transmission mount to hold it. The advantage of doing this is that you have the power plant frame, just like on the third gen.
So the whole rear end won't twist up like a pretzel when you get on it.
Actually, with the RX-7, the second gen rear suspension, rear pumpkin differential, it would be very strong because it hangs off the rear differential cover, and it has two arms that come way up to exactly where the Miata normally bolts up to. The advantage of the third gen is that you got a lot more gears available. The second gen, you don't have many choice of gearboxes. final drive. What do you do with this? I have a 390. This has a 411, which is what the stock RX-7 comes with. But I've got a 390 from an automatic and a 373 from a 929 and a 3.38 from a diesel truck that fits into this crossmember also. But I think I'm gonna put a 373 in there.
You have a lot of top end, huh?
A lot of suspension work on this car.
Would you feel comfortable taking this over like 140, 160 miles an hour?
You know, with this suspension, it seems very planted.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when it starts to get light in the front. That's when you get lights in the front, your balls suddenly shrivel up and they go up to your throat.
Never quite heard it put that way, but yeah, that is definitely a foreseeable event with those 3.73s.
I had it when I raced that Z06 Corvette. I had it up to a $130 going down 136th Street, and it felt absolutely beautiful.
Did
But you know, pedal to the metal, floored.
Right.
When you're cruising and you don't have the drive line all twisted up, where it's torqued and it's not loose, then it's got to feel much better. When you throttle off at that speed, it's got to get hairy.
Yeah. Isn't there a brace or something you could?
Yeah, they sell that same company, both Flynn Miata and V8 Roadster. They sell all sorts of subframes to strengthen the bottom end of the vehicle. This car has the same style chassis as the RX-8, so it's very rigid. See the front, both the bottom control arm and upper wishbones are part of the subframe. Same as with the RX-8, same as with the Supra, same as with all the late model Japanese cars. With the third generation, the upper wishbones are part of the body, and it makes the car feel a lot of the bumps, but it also is not quite as rigid.
Not quite as rigid?
As rigid, yeah.
As this is?
As this, yeah. Same as with the RX-8, because you have both upper and lower control arm as part of the subframe.
Yeah.
Instead of the bottom control arm being part of the subframe and the upper control arm being part of the chassis, of the unibody. It's not quite as good a setup. Well, we're almost there.
Do you get a feeling of satisfaction when you finally complete a build like this and you don't have to like package it up and ship it out the door the next day? You get to play with it for a while.
Yeah, that's the best part about it. We're also going to seal the whole bottom of it up to the subframe. I have up there a couple of BMW under trays, plastic under trays that will adapt to this thing. And they're real nice because they have inverted neck ducts to channel cool air into the engine.
Right.
What I really like about this setup, I came in from the turbocharger to the intercooler with a 3-inch pipe, and then from the intercooler back to the engine with a 3.5. I mean, it's definitely more than what this thing needs, but the idea is just to make it as efficient as possible. I really like the way it came out.
Very cool. So besides this subframe, what are you going to be incorporating into a kit for people to do it themselves? Do you have like an idea yet on what's needed, or what they can keep, what they have to change? You know?
We kind of went, building as we went along.
But realistically speaking, once you have the subframe in place and you switch the suspension from the factory subframe to this aftermarket subframe here, and all we got to do is weld the tabs to hold the engine, and at that point it's a bolt-on deal. You know, whether you use a third gen driveline or a Turbo 2 driveline, you'll have the transmission also.
And the power plant, I mean, is it recommended to get the whole setup like this, or is this overkill?
Well, yeah, this is definitely overkill, no doubt about it. But I mean, it's just, you know, some of these monster Miata guys, they put big bucks in these things. So
right.
It's just a matter how overkill you want to go. You know, we can make as much power out of a rotary engine as one of the stoutest V8s. So, you know, and save a hell of a lot of weight. So the other thing that makes it a real nice package, we're using the third gen engine, is, you know, the air conditioner and power steering, the bracketry, and the packaging is very tidy, very neat. So you know, it makes for a very compact setup. And then with the turbo that I did, the turbo setup, bore out the S5 turbine housing and manifold and put in a decent sized turbocharger, something that will support 450, 500 volts. And the packaging is very tidy. That's another reason why I did a 3.5 downpipe instead of a 3-inch, to make it as efficient as possible, as humanly possible. The only disadvantage to that is that you know, you have an integral wastegate versus an external wastegate, but we can always add an external wastegate if I find that I end up with boost creep. I mean, with this turbo, these turbos are designed, these hoses, to run at 40 pounds of boost all day long, which is a hell of a lot more than what the engine's going to take. So it's a turbo that's made for very, very high pressure ratios, very high RPM, turbo RPM. So you know, getting boost pressure is not going to be an issue. Controlling it's going to be an issue. So you know, may end up if I find that I'm getting boost creep and I can't control it past, say, you know, low compressor motor or pump gas. But this thing is running on the E85. But on pump gas, I run my low compressor motors at 24 pounds. They make a solid 520 horsepower to the wheels on the third gen. So, you know, that's 600 horsepower on the motor with a side port motor. On the E85, you can run 38 pounds and not hurt the engine on low compressor rotors. So,
what type of horsepower is that?
Upwards of 700. That little turbo won't support it.
This one?
Yeah. Well, it's not a little turbo. It's actually a very large turbo. But
you need to what? Go to the EFR or something?
Well, either an EFR or a larger compressor. This is the HX35. They make an HX40 and they make a HX50 that will go all inside that same compressor housing, just a much larger compressor wheel. To do that, I would definitely need to have multiple wastegates, so I would have to bore a hole right here on the exhaust manifold and come off with another pipe and another wastegate here, which there's plenty of room to go right back into the downpipe. Or if you want to do what, you know, all the young boys are doing nowadays, is just letting it out in the plain air. It sounds like garbage, but it's less restrictive. It's way too much power for such a little car. But it is a lot of fun.
The zoom factor is definitely off the scale and off the charts with this, huh? That's probably why Mazda never made the Miata with a rotary to begin with, just the liability concerns of people souping them up and You know.
Well, you know what? I mean, this car is about the same size and weight as a first generation RX-7.
Right.
So if you took a 13B, yeah, but you know what? If it's an OEM car, it has to be emission legal, and they have to have, you know, car catalytic converters and this and that and the other. They're not. No automaker has the freedom to do what we have done. They have to be emission legal vehicles.
Of course.
So that would take away a lot of mega space that we have for doing whatever we want to do. I grant you that if we did a non-turbo, like a 13B aspirated,
Right.
you'd have to move the motor over to this side some more to get more space for the headers.
Right.
Because we need two pipes down here. But yeah, I mean, even, you know, a properly decently ported street 13B with a nice Weber side draft will make 200 horsepower.
What about a Renesis? Drop a Renesis engine.
I wouldn't waste my time. You couldn't
Even if you got it laying around.
You couldn't pay me enough to do
Are
it.
you serious?
Those engines are just like a bad woman. You know?
They let you down at the worst time, right?
Exactly. You don't know when they're gonna turn on you. They will.
Oh man, here.
Yes, Renesis equals bad woman.
Bad kitty. Have you seen the Ford video yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, it's funny as hell. Mazda goes to jail in the end. Got a police chase and everything. He's driving the car.
Yeah, it came out beautiful. Much nicer than
And you got some solid welds and re-welds on here, man. These fucking pipes aren't coming apart for anything, are they?
Nope, that was the idea.
Yeah, that was the idea from the start. Let's weld it so we have a few leaks, and then we go back and re-weld it and get rid of the leaks and double up the strength. And I like that.
See. Bend it inside, and then have Ray, you know, maybe like that, or maybe put a scoop on it, you know, like this, that gets the air that goes, like Porsches.
Yeah.
Porsches are like that.
Yeah, you definitely want to protect that engine with nice cool oil.
A lot of companies,
position.
look, a lot of companies sell whatever they imagine just to make a buck.
Right.
Like those stud kits that they sell for these 13Ds, they're not stud kits. They're just, you know, they're studs, but they don't do crap. You know, if they were fitted studs, they would be fitted right through with no clearance, just like the dowels.
Right.
That's
right.
the whole idea behind it.
Yeah.
But you know, they tell you in the instructions, make sure you have a minimum of 10 to 15 thousandths of an inch clearance. What's that going to do?
So what ends up happening? It crack the housings or something?
No, it's just it's a in my opinion anyway, it's a product to sell.
But it doesn't do
It
much.
doesn't do crap for you.
Yeah.
And everybody's hung up with those things.
There's so much faith, faith-based, you know, factual. Facts be damned.
Being nice.
Yeah.